I'm Superantonio. And we're live. Greetings, friends, and welcome to a new playthrough of the new game and a new playthrough. First playthrough of The Last of Us, Part 1. We will not be doing Part 2, spoiler alert. We're just going to stay in Part 1 for the foreseeable future. J Lash with the thumbs ups. Have you played this game, J Lash? I'm sure you have.
Tommy, listen to me.
I'm playing it. I'm loving it. I'm currently obsessed with it.
I can't lose this job.
And it's a little dark. I need to tweak the colors so that it looks better on video.
Good night.
Hey.
But here's Sarah and Joel. And honestly, I liked Joel from the minute he sat down. He sits down on the couch and kind of gives this sigh.
It's way past your bedtime.
You know, he's a working man. He's a working father.
Honey, please not right now. I do not have the energy for this.
And I loved.
Here.
I
What's this?
I liked his character almost immediately, if not immediately. J-Lash says, actually, I have not. Okay, well, J-Lash, you're in for a treat because this is a great game.
Broken watch.
I can't tell you how much I love this game right now. How obsessed I am of it. I'm currently doing 2 playthroughs. I finished this one. That's what we're watching, and then I'm doing a second one for the channel, and a third one on the bedroom PS4, which I usually just use for DVDs and Blu-rays.
Where did you get the money for this?
And that one's
Drugs.
just for fun.
I sell hardcore drugs.
Oh, good. You started helping out with the mortgage.
So, yeah,
you wish.
I'm obsessed with this game right now. It's a lot of fun. Completely different than Red Dead Redemption 2. Can't free roam in this game. J-Lash says, good deal, I need to play it. And it is cheap. Well, cheap-ish. I think it was like $20. If you play it on PS4. What was I going to say? This is the start of the zombie apocalypse. This game is more like a short story, whereas Red Dead Redemption 2 is a novel. Dawn of the Wolf poster. That's going to... I don't know if we mentioned that in this playthrough, but it's significant.
Uncle Tommy, what
There's a
time
nice little callback to this moment.
Uncle Tommy?
With Joel and Ellie. Spoiler alert, later on. Also, that picture that is below Dawn of the Wolf. Her Uncle Tommy's going to pick up. But you're not... If you haven't played that, you don't know anything what I'm talking about. At any rate, it's, gameplay is like 14 hours, perhaps. You can, goes a little faster if you skip the cutscenes. You could finish this in 2 days if you wanted to. If you weren't, like, thoroughly exploring and dying every 5 minutes like we did in this playthrough because I didn't know what I was doing. Miko Herptile says, greetings, Miko. Miko says, hello, Super Antonio, Sadie, Mods, and everyone. And Miko says, hey, J-Lash. Poor Sarah. Spoiler alert, she is not long for this world. So, we just explore a little bit. She's looking for her dad. Most of this episode is going to be exposition and tutorials, combat tutorials. But I'll tell you, the new strategy for this, for these live streams in this weekend after we finish this game. J-Lash says, "Hey Miko,
Daddy?
well, I should explain. This is in the first playthrough. You cannot max out Joel's stats and his weapons. There aren't enough resources. Resources are scarce, much like a Resident Evil game. And I would describe this as an American Resident Evil. However, once you finish the game, you can start at what they call a New Game Plus, where you roll over Joel's stats from the previous game. His stats and weapon upgrades.
Oh, God.
So even though you still have to unlock the weapons as you go through the game, it's like you start off with a revolver, or no, you start off with I would assume a Glock, and if you fully upgraded that, then it's fully upgraded with like ammo capacity and reload rate, etc. Same with his health stats. So that's helpful. So what we're going to do is just run through, after we finish this playthrough, we're just going to speed run through playthroughs to upgrade Joel into Terminator status. And then we're just going to roll him out.
Call me on my way.
And plow through the game. Like I like to do. Just charge in there. But we didn't have this right now.
Where is he?
Cloudy's here. Cloudy, greetings. Cloudy says, howdy, y'all. Welcome to the first annual Last of Us Part 1 playthrough. Here's Joel.
There you are.
Sarah, are you okay?
Yeah?
Does anyone come in here?
If you love The Walking
No
Dead,
one would come in here.
and who didn't
Don't
love
go
The
near the
Walking
doors.
Dead,
Just
at least the
stand back
first
there.
5 seasons,
Dad, you're kind of freaking me out.
you will
What's
love
going
this
on?
game.
It's the Coopers. Something right.
But really, it's just it's a series of challenges. It's just mazes with enemies that you have to
Honey, come here.
that you have to defeat so you can get to the. Cloudy says, and then play the hardest difficulty with all the upgrades. Exactly, Cloudy. That is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to play in survivor mode with Joel, with a monster Joel. We're also going to play in easy mode with monster Joel,
Shot him
Sarah,
Terminator Joel.
this morning.
But right now, regrettably,
there's something bad going on.
he is a newbie
You've
Joel.
got to get out of here. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Tell me, come on.
Sarah's cute. Don't get attached. Spoiler alert. Here comes Uncle Tommy.
You have any idea
You'll be
what's going on
seeing
out
more
there?
of him
I got some
later in
pushing.
the game.
Holy shit. You got blood all over you.
Hey, man, let's just get out of here.
Joel says he confides to Ellie later that he had Sarah early or young. So I'm going to say, let's say 18. Though this is Texas and might be 16.
Fine.
So Ellie looks like she's
you guys on the radio?
12-ish, 12,
Yeah, sure
13.
thing.
So I would put Joel in his early 30s, maybe 31, 32.
No cell phone. No radio. Yeah, we're doing great. A minute ago, newsman wouldn't shut up.
He said where to go.
You can turn
He said,
around. But, we're pretty much just following Ellie right
Roadblocks on the
now.
highway. No getting into
And
Travis
she can't
County.
fight. She can't do anything except panic.
71.
71. I swear, man.
Cloudy says there's an Easter egg of The Walking Dead in this game. What is it, Cloudy? Tell me.
Probably a lot. Found this
Is
one
it that
family
there's
with
zombies everywhere and they're from the south? That's a pretty obvious Easter egg.
Jesus Christ, how did this happen?
happened. They got no clue. But we ain't the only town. First they're saying it's just the south.
So yeah, we're not driving. We're not doing anything. We're just kind of watching Ellie as the world falls apart.
That's Lewis's farm. I hope that sumbitch made it out.
And in subsequent playthroughs, we're pretty much going to be skipping cutscenes unless I like them emotionally. Like the cutscene that's coming up,
No.
They said
we're
it's
going to
just
skip
two
it.
people in the city. We're good.
But you're going to
Didn't you
watch
live
it
in the
now.
city?
Sorry, spoiler alert.
That's right, he did. We're fine.
And then guess what I was doing all day?
All right.
I'll tell you.
Let's see what they
I was
need.
looking at PS5s.
Dude, keep driving.
I got a kid, Joel.
So do
Why,
But we
you
have
may
room.
wonder? Because
Keep driving, Tommy.
they have a PS5. This is the PS4 remaster, but they have a PS5 remake of this game where they completely rebuilt the environment and it's got a new AI. I watched gameplay with the new PS5 version. It's beautiful. It's exquisite.
Everyone and their mother had
Looks
the
better
same
than
damn
this
idea.
game, and I love this game enough that I want to play it on a PS5. And it's super expensive. It's $60 on PS5, and then another $500 for the PS5. So we're like out 600 clams already. But you guys are worth it. J-Lash says, "Have you ever tried Days Gone?" I have not. J-Lash,
Come on, people, move.
have
Where
you?
are they running from?
Give us a
I'm trying.
Oh no.
See, we still value
We can't
human
stop
life
here, Tommy.
at this point.
Drive through them, Joe! Back up there!
The rule of law, order, civilization is breaking down. However, we're still trying to. Tommy's still trying to follow traffic laws. Boom! Switch to Joel. Oh, I also want to mention I have a. Let's see. Let's see
Daddy?
it here. I have a
Hey.
white pocket square. I really like the formality of a white pocket square with a black suit jacket. Cloudy says it's a house from The Walking Dead. When you walk with Bill, you can see it and walk inside. I did not know that. We do walk with Bill. Bill in this game is also gay. What's that about? Perhaps I don't know any. Are there any Bills in the chat who are friends with Bill? I don't understand why. It's an odd coincidence. Two Bills.
I'm here, baby. I'm here. Come, give me your hand.
At any rate, Bill comes later.
What is it?
My leg hurts.
How bad?
Like bad.
We're gonna need to run.
Keep us safe.
Come on, baby.
So all we need to do is run. This to me seems very Resident Evil-y, this part.
Daddy, I'm scared.
Cloudy says The Last of Us remake used Tulu 2 graphics and gameplay. Yes, Cloudy. And we're gonna play it. But in the meantime, we're going to play this. We're going to play it on PS4.
Don't look, Sarah.
Yeah, and also Red Dead Redemption on PS5. Red Dead Redemption 2. Civil 2 on PS5. I don't know if we'll do a playthrough again. I'm much more interested in this game right now.
We're gonna get out of this.
Just upgrading Joel and having fun with the challenges. Well, the challenges in terms of defeating enemies and running through the mazes.
Through the alley! Go!
J-Lash, talking about Days Gone, says, yes, I love it. It's a zombie game, but they don't call them zombies. It's more Red Dead Redemption and free roam. It's a great game, I think, at least.
We're almost there. We're almost there, baby.
Interesting in free roam. Cannot free roam on this one. Cloudy says, I have the remake on PC, and it's worth every penny.
Come on!
And J-Lash says, that's good. Play what you like.
Move it!
And,
Get to the
Satan, for
highway!
some reason,
Go! You
likes
got
this game.
Sarah!
Probably
I
because
cannot
there's
run.
girls
I will meet
her
you there.
approximate age.
Hurry!
And you get to play as Ellie later in the game.
He's gonna be fine.
Also, I didn't really do it. One, I have Red Dead reflexes right now, and we're looking for a car. Pretty much all you have to do is follow the tapes.
We're almost there.
Follow the caution tapes that are waving in the wind. I did not know that at the time. So yeah, I have Red Dead reflexes. I keep squaring to punch people, which is, you know, in this game it's a triangle to a stab. And, square to melee. You know, running is L1 instead of an X. You know, so it's very confusing.
Hey, we need help.
You know, for me.
It's my daughter. I think her leg is
That's
broken.
part of the problem. One of the problems is it's hard for me to switch over
Sick.
to a new game and learn the new
Daddy, what
the
about
new
Uncle
commands.
We're gonna get you to safety and go back for him, okay?
I can only play one game at a time.
But yes, sir.
Okay,
Somebody we've just
close
been
your
through
eyes.
hell.
Something bad's
just
gonna
need to-
happen.
Shit.
I did not use that as a thumbnail, but I liked it. It's the last moment.
Please don't.
There's Tommy.
Oh no.
Saved his brother.
Sarah,
However, regrettably,
move your hands, baby. I know, baby. I know.
Ellie's not gonna make it. However,
Listen to me. I
you
know
know,
this hurts, baby. You're gonna be okay, baby. Stay with me.
considering how cruel and barbaric the world is about to become, it's probably a blessing that she didn't make it.
I know, baby. I know. Sarah.
J-Lash says it looks really good, and we haven't even gotten to the good part yet, J-Lash. But yeah, it's I don't know how I can describe it other than that it's the gameplay is very addictive. The combat and the and just like running around the mazes. The Last of Us.
The number of confirmed deaths has passed
Not Neil
200.
Druckmann,
The governor
please.
has called a state of emergency.
Completely
Hundreds of bodies
ruined
lining the streets.
his franchise,
Or after a leaked report from the World
modernized it
Organization
for
showed that the latest
the new
vaccination
audience
tests
that
have
doesn't
failed.
play video games,
With the
that
bureaucrats
likes
out
to
of power,
complain
we can
about them.
finally take the necessary steps.
Los Angeles is now the latest
And
city
I'll
to be
try not
placed
to be
under
political.
martial
I'll try
law.
not to
All
talk about
residents
that,
are required to
but it
report to
probably
their
will come.
designated quarantine.
J-Lash
Riots
says,
have
yeah,
continued
that
for
was
a
sad.
third
Yeah, it starts
consecutive day,
very
and
sad.
winter rations are
That's
at an
the
all-time low.
that's the first and last time
A group
you have to
calling
see it. You
themselves
can always
the
skip the
Fireflies
cutscenes.
have claimed responsibility for
J-Lash,
both
but I
attacks.
recommend
Your
first
public charter calls
playthrough
for the
that
return
you
of all branches of government.
that you
Demonstrations
do not
broke out
skip
following the
cutscenes, so
execution
you
of
get
6 more alleged
you get the full
fireflies.
emotional impact. There's also a movie. It's called The Girl with All the Gifts, which is it's a UK movie, which is very similar to this in both plot and execution, I guess. There's a little girl who's immune. The zombies are plant-based. Like this is, it's more of 20 years later. So Joel at his best is in his mid-40s here. Probably
I'm
pushing
coming.
50. But, you know, 20 years in this world, battle-hardened. Here's Tess.
How was your morning?
His partner, and
Want one?
there is an implication that a little romance, bath lady
Well, I have some interesting news for you.
Where were you, Tess?
situations go on,
West End District.
but it's mostly just
Hey, we had a drop to
it's
make.
mostly just fighting.
We had a drop to make.
Well, you wanted to be left
My green
alone,
tea
remember?
tonight.
So I'll take one guess. The whole deal went south and the client made off with our pills. Is that about right?
Can't really do anything until we get our guns and our
went
satchel,
off
which is
without
a
a hitch.
backpack, which you cannot
Ration
upgrade.
cards last us a
Super
couple of
annoying.
months, easy.
You want to explain this?
I was on my way back here, and I
And this
got
was a
jumped by these
blind
two
playthrough.
assholes,
I
right?
didn't look,
Yeah,
I
they got a few
didn't
good
watch
hits
any
in, but-
tutorials. I didn't look at any
Look, I
strategies.
managed.
J Lash says she likes the sauce. I see. Yeah, it's like
These
it's
assholes
20-year-old
still with us?
scotch. Why not?
That's funny.
They don't
Found out
really
who they were.
Yeah, look, they were a couple of nobodies. They don't matter. What
they don't
matters
really talk about the
is that
logistics
Robert
of a
fucking
20
sent
of
them.
20 years in the apocalypse
Our
because there's still
He knows
gasoline,
that we're
there's still
after him.
bullets,
He figures he's gonna
there's
get
still
us
food
first.
and medicine.
Bitch is smart.
So society
He's not
or
smart.
manufacturing exists on some level.
I know where he's hiding.
I mean, there's food ration cards.
Old warehouse in Area 5.
Cloudy
Say
says, when
right.
I was in my teens, I had a wallpaper of Tess on my phone.
Oh, I can do
LOL.
now.
Well, she is a... Do you like brunettes, Cloudy? I can understand that. That brunette with... the brunette with blue eyes look. It's tip-top. I like that. Okay. Somebody's losing steam, Miko.
Checkpoint's still open.
Only got a few hours left until curfew.
We better hurry up then.
Joel's going to try to pick a fight just to see if, like, what kind of moves can we can do. Except the only moves we can really do is walk. Can't interact with anyone. J Lash says, interesting, and Cloudy says, yeah, LOL. Yeah, I know, brunettes. I could tell you stories. The brunettes with glasses, the librarian look. So yeah, there's still gasoline, there's still bullets.
Look at that.
There's quarantine zones. Cities still kind of work. It's a barter system, ration cards, but you can't, like... They go through a market, and I assume that see, I'll try to... I wanted to fight one of these soldiers to see if we could pick up their weapon, and spoiler alert, you cannot. And I think it's going to get shot. Yeah. Sorry. Let's try that again, shall we? Yeah, I think if there's some kind of Last of Us Online situation, that's what they were trying to set up. But why would you want to free roam in this world? It's bleak and horrifying,
Seems like more people are getting infected.
but it's a great game. I can't stress that enough. It's not. I'm glad I made you laugh, J Lash. I think that's important. Got to go through this checkpoint.
I got us all new papers. I shouldn't get us any static up there.
This checkpoint is interesting because it's going to introduce the Fireflies, which is the resistance group. The resistance. There's always a resistance in a dystopian environment. And Joel and Tess are not allied with what they're like adjacent to the Fireflies, but they are not Fireflies. They deal with them. Joel and Tess are apolitical. Joel's going off to look to see if there's anything we can collect. First playthrough, this playthrough, I just wanted to get through the game, and I didn't even really know about upgrading weapons and health, and I just did it ad hoc as things came up. And I didn't really look for supplies. There's like little nuts and bolts and scissor halves that you can collect and craft weapons out of. Wasn't really focused on that. If I came across it, of course I would pick it up.
Go, come on.
But I didn't I didn't really understand the significance. Okay, now we can run.
Looks like the coast is clear.
Attention. Checkpoint 5 is now
There's
closed
still
for
American
further
flags. They're all like torn and tattered, but it's like, so America
So much for the easy
still
route.
exists in some
Get yourself
form.
up, all right?
Okay, now we got a health kit. So hard to use those if you have Red Dead reflexes. I'd try to use a health kit and I would end up crafting one in the middle of a
We're gonna have to
firefight.
go around the outside.
super embarrassing.
Outside the wall.
Yes, it
Or
was,
we could just
Jailash.
let Robert go.
Cute.
And it has to do with
Hey, Tess, you see that shit?
something that we're going to have to deal
Hey, how's
with
the east tunnel looking?
later in
It's
the
clear.
game. Or
I just
later
used it. No
in
patrols.
this episode.
Where are you off to?
Gonna pay Robert a visit.
You too?
Who else is looking for him?
Marlene? She's been asking around, trying to find him.
Marlene. What do the Fireflies need with Robert?
You think she'd tell me?
Well, what did you tell her?
The truth. I got no idea where he's hiding.
Good man. Hey, you stay out of trouble, all right? Military's gonna be out in force soon.
Yeah, see you around.
Yeah, you can't really pick anything up until we get our backpack. So there's not anything available for us to look at
Marlene looking for Robert?
or to
What do you make
to
of
collect.
I don't like it. We better find him before the Fireflies do.
that? This is us.
Didn't stop Joel from looking, however.
Shit's stirring up out there. How we looking over here?
It's been quiet. No signs of military or infected.
That's what I like to hear. Joel, give me a hand with this.
Analog TV. My phone's been blowing up because it's Easter,
Yeah, I'll take it easy out
and
there.
and Auntie is sending pictures to my sister
God,
and
this place
me.
reeks.
And then my
need to watch them
sister
throw away down
is
here.
having a conversation
There be light.
where I'm tagged
Let's
in it,
grab our
of
gear.
course. So, I mean, I would say that it's annoying, but I value family now, so it's not annoying. It's a comfort. Okay,
Our backpacks are
backpack.
still here from last time.
So we get. I'm gonna say it's a Glock. I'm not sure. I can't really tell. A Glock, a flashlight, a gas mask, which we don't have to deal with, and a
Shots
backpack.
count.
The gas mask should degrade over time, but it doesn't. You know, we should have to craft new filters, but we don't.
All right, Texas. Boost me up.
A lot of boosting up in this game. Cloudy, you know that. And Joel's like, boost you up where? Where?
Want to boost me
Okay,
up?
there we go. Let's crouch. Cloudy says, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to re-download The Last of Us. I need a break from Red Dead Redemption 2. Sorry, Arthur. I agree, Cloudy.
You ready?
It's very refreshing, a palate cleanser, if you will. Mama One is here. Everyone say hi to Mama One. Sadie stayed up
Come on.
to see you, Mama One. Also, Papa One. But she is very, very sleepy. Greetings, Mama One and Papa One. I'm glad you're here. I don't know if you've played The Last of Us, but it is but I'm glad you're here. I'm happy to introduce you to this game if it's their first playthrough. It's a lot of fun. It's very addictive. I am really enjoying it,
careful.
and I
When
want.
am I not?
Had a trick question.
I'm thinking. Well, no, I'm not thinking about getting a PS5. I'm going to get a PS5 so we can play this on PS5.
Ain't been out
Because
here in a while.
there's a remake of
like
this
we're on a
game
date.
with a new AI and a
I
new
am
environment.
romantic type.
You got your ways.
And and it looks great. Looks better than this playthrough. That's how much I love this game. I'm really
Where's the ladder?
I'm willing to
It's gotta
drop
be around here
600
somewhere.
clams. Okay, first up, let's find the ladder. The ladder is to our left. Joel does not know that right now. Cloudy says,
try it over
howdy,
there.
Mama One and Pop One. Mama One says, hey, family, and
Got it.
Papa One says, hey,
All right,
everyone.
bring it over.
Miko says, hello, Mama One and Papa One. And Mama One says, hey, Cloudy, hey, Sadie. And hey, Miko. Papa One says hello to Miko, Cloudy, and Sadie. And Jaylash says, yeah, you got to take a break sometimes, Cloudy. Mama One says, how far along are you? We're finished, Mama One. we started a second playthrough because we're upgrading Joel. All your upgrades from your previous game roll over into your next game. It's called the New Game Plus. And oh boy, we're going to turn Joel into a Terminator. Full upgrades, full health, full weapons, everything. And he's going to be unstoppable. But right now, regrettably, he's baby Arthur. He's baby Joel. He doesn't know anything. He can barely move. He's got a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2 reflexes. And, but, you know, you got to see it. We have to crawl before we can run. Mom once says, are we doing the whole game tonight? No, no, no.
Ladies first.
Lady, you must be thinking of someone else.
But I am showing you just,
That's all really.
you know, it's going to progress as it progresses. We're going to get introduced to Ellie. Mom once says, hey, G-Lash, and Pop once says, hey, G-Lash. Game is probably 14 to 20 hours long.
Down through here. Think Robert's still got our guns?
Depending on how much time he
Be
took.
better.
Look, once we get our merchandise back, it should be easy to unload.
Well, speaking of merchandise, when's that next shipment due?
Hold up. Spores.
See, we got a flashlight, spores. See, but it's not, it's an animation. It doesn't really do anything except affect our vision a little bit. But that's how the virus is passed, the zombie virus. There are 3 levels of zombies in this game. They get progressively scarier, and harder to defeat.
There's our culprit.
Body's not that old.
And as I said earlier, Mama One, the zombies are biological. It's a virus, and it is seems to be mushroom based. Mama One and Papa One say hello to you, J Lash. I was reading, Jim Cazaville was talking about his movie, his Easter movie. I want to say The Last Temptation of Christ, but it's not. The Passion of the Christ. Mel Gibson. And all the spiritual awakenings he had during that movie. And that's the third movie that I was talking about, Mama One, that you only have to see one. The Passion of the Christ, The Exorcist, and and Hereditary. Levi Elijah says, hello, Super Antonio. Greetings, Levi. Cloudy says, my fastest time was 5 hours. I used to speed run this game. Okay, Cloudy, we're going to have to try to do that. We will speed run in subsequent playthroughs with a fully statted out, maxed out Joel. But right now we're just kind of exploring and looking for free stuff. See what I mean by mazes?
I should be able to fit through here.
You okay?
Yeah. Damn
See,
ceiling's
this
falling
part
apart. Be careful.
really reminded me of Resident Evil. You got to do things like this all the time in Resident Evil.
Easy.
Levi Elisha says, this was my first game on PlayStation 4.
My mask broke.
Levi Elisha, I'm going to get a PS5 so I can play the remake. Even though this is the PS4 remake.
What do you want to do?
You need to try the PS5 remake. There's a little bit of ammo that you can pick up here. Resources are scarce in this game. There. I mean, it makes the resources in Red Dead Redemption 2 seem infinite. Bricks are great. You throw a brick at someone and it stuns them, and it also like weakens them so you can one-shot him. Pick it up, Joel, please. It's triangle. J-Lash says, nice, Levi. And Mikov says, hey, Levi. Let's move on. I think resources in Resident Evil are even more abundant than this game.
Up ahead. You hear that?
First encounter with these guys. This is really cool. This is our Deadeye. You can kind of listen in. You listen, now you're supposed to sneak up and get him. It's a stealth game, which is what I didn't realize. Is you really need to be sneaky. You can't just run in there and start meleeing. You can't go Viking. See, reload. I think he's going to get us, as I recall. Maybe not. Tess helped.
All right, that's all of them.
Let's hope so.
Mama one says, we are playing Resident Evil 8
Head back
tonight
into the
after
city.
this. We finished Biohazard the other night to catch up with the story. Yeah, I was thinking of doing Biohazard, Mama one, until I found out how much I love this game. So right now I'm all about this game. And and looking into getting a PS5.
That's the one thing I love about the outside.
Which will be, you know, honestly, it will be
Jazz
good for
Bill
the
to give you some
channel.
of them
We've
air
needed
pressers.
one for a long time.
Hey,
It's been long
you
overdue.
expire, that'd be a good idea.
And I like the look of this game, the beauty, how everything's overgrown, how nature
Through
has
here.
taken over, and you know the zombies are like mushroom zombies, so nature has taken over them too.
I got it.
Mama one, they are infected humans. So they did not rise from the dead. And the whole point of Ellie is she has a natural immunity.
Damn it. Plank fell down.
See, it's another tutorial. Now, this one just, it's like, now all we have to do is find the plank.
Be a dear, would you?
And again, it's just strategies to cross the maze. Papa one says, I would choose Red Dead Redemption 2, of course. Papa one says, would you choose this or Red Dead Redemption 2 if you could only have one game for the rest of your life?
Here.
I would
pass it to me.
absolutely choose Arthur over this game. But this game is a welcome break, let's say. But there's so much more to Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 is 4 seasons of a great TV show, and this video game is a movie, or maybe you know, like 2 episodes, maybe 3 episodes, a mini series.
It's a bit heavy.
I think I can handle it.
Mom one says I like Left 4 Dead. I still play that from time to time. Believe it or not, that game is still popular in multiplayer. Never played it. I like the logo, Left 4 Dead with 4 fingers. Zombie fingers.
There we go. Get your ass up here. Let's move.
Bossy today.
Now we have to figure out how to get back
Getting
up there.
close.
So we can cross the plank. Mama once says, it's sad how this game was so good, but they ruined its legacy. Yeah, it is. It is. It's a tragedy. You can't imagine how, you know, Joel is a character that that people loved as much as Arthur.
Make sure there ain't any soldiers.
And, you know, I think you could argue that you could love him more than Arthur because he's not allowed to make, you know, you can't play this bad honor, Lee. You know, it's like he's not allowed to make bad decisions. He's always guided by the plot.
Shut it.
And the way his heart opens up to Ellie, you know, it's not instant. You know, it takes time and a lot of a lot of adventures. Grab the ammo, Joel. We need it. Grab it. See, we're squaring to grab when we. All we need to do is triangle it.
Hey, little man. Make sure the coast is clear. No soldiers, none of Robert's men.
See this market coming up. I assume it's a resource in The Last of Us Online, if such a thing exists.
Well, that'll make it more interesting.
Might as well explore.
Good to go. Come on.
Hey, Tex. Hey, pretty lady, how you doing today? I heard you
Not
got
right
some
now,
work.
Terrence.
No, it's good. Look, I
Not
got the car.
now. You hear me?
Okay.
Papa one says, I'm kind of missing Bad Honor Arthur. I kind of miss that psychopath. I'm not missing him.
You touch it, you buy it.
It's I think it takes a lot more work to be a Bad Honor, to be Bad Honor Arthur than to Good Honor. Just like
None of your damn business.
get through the game and enjoy the world without being hassled by bounty hunters. There's dogs. Dogs are immune to the virus, but you know, they're fighting them. You see friendly dogs later. I was just seeing if we could interact with any of these people.
I'm not interested in
And we cannot. Also, is there any free stuff? Cloudy says, and all the puns he heard. LOL. See, Fight Club going on over there.
Where do you think you're going?
Malik.
And this Joker backs down immediately when he sees Tess, because Tess is a girl boss. It's, you can see seeds of Last of Us Part 2
Don't ask.
in the writing of this game.
There.
And Ellie, you know, she's very charming, but she is a little bit of a potty mouth. I understand it's the
Half hour ago.
it's
We
the
went back to
zombie
the war.
apocalypse, and
there
the
now.
rule of order and law and civilization has broken down, and you're allowed to swear more, but it just makes me a little uncomfortable. Papa one says we would be okay in a zombie apocalypse. Plenty of land, livestock, and horses. I could sell horses in the new zombie economy. Yes, you could, Papa one. Trade them for bullets
Here we go.
and booze. We're going to have to fight. But speaking of livestock, I wanted to show you this.
Let us
got
through.
this
You guys need to turn
Mercedes,
around and head back.
the lamb.
It's good for you.
Our beef isn't with
Got her from
you. Just won't Robert.
I got her from Goodwill. She was $2.99. She used to squeak,
Leave now.
but
I'm not going anywhere
someone
without Robert.
tore the foot open and took out the squeaker, which does not squeak anymore.
Fuck.
So I gotta sew up this foot because I don't want her eating the stuffing.
You ready?
Yeah.
But yeah, she has a lamb.
Get the angle on them.
Over here.
Miko says, I hope you have a high fence around your entire property, Papa One. Set up some claymores too.
Nicely done, Texas.
You too.
Mom one says, I've never played this game, but I've heard great things. Yeah, it's
Robert's good at one thing. It's writing blank.
it's my new favorite game,
Let's go put an end.
not counting Red Dead Redemption 2. And I love it so much. We're Batman is on the back burner. I love this so much. We're just once we finish LA Noire, which we will finish tomorrow, we're just going to do Last of Us weekends. And we'll get to Batman sometime. But right now, it's my current obsession. And so I'm going to share that obsession with you. Hugo Stiglitz has returned and says, hello all, happy Saturday. Greetings, Hugo. We got to boost her up. A lot of boosting this game. I don't see how Tess has the upper body strength to pull up 180-pound Joel. At least 180 pounds. Depending on his height, he might be closer to 210, 220. Here, just going to muscle him up. I don't think that's possible. I could be wrong. It is the zombie apocalypse and everybody's stronger. And she's lived in this world. It's hardened you. Hard times create hard men. And hard women. More shooting bang coming up. Papa One says we have a fence around the property, Miko. We just have to constantly make sure it's in good condition. We had a darn deer run across the road and try to hop our fence. It halfway made it over the fence. Papa One, you've seen Yellowstone, have you not? Do you remember when the bikers broke into the fence so they could party? That was a great scene. If not, I highly recommend it. Okay, gotta sneak up, stealth these guys.
Move up. Move up.
Really, what you should do is stealth everyone. And that might be a challenge we can do later, is just stealth and stealth everyone.
What do you think you're doing? Let him go!
Taking hostages. Papa One says, but its back legs got caught and it got hurt. We fixed the fence and had venison steaks for a few days. And Miko says, good, so the zombies can't go over. Pow! You can't really muscle our way through. Not right now. Reloading is an issue. You have to upgrade your shooty bang so you can reload faster. We have not done that yet. Headbutt. That was nice. Grab that ammo. Pop One says, yes, I used to love Yellowstone. I lost interest in the later seasons, but the first 3 were great. Yeah, when Kevin Costner leaves, and I don't understand why he would leave, but yeah, I watched, I think, the first 4 seasons. I enjoyed it. I did a review on this channel. Grab the key, Joel. We need the key. That's the warehouse key. Mama One says, I can tell you used you're used to Rockstar mechanics. Yeah, I have Red Dead reflexes right now. I can only play one game at a time. So we're just going to play this game for a while. But even though I mean, it's really easy for me to like jump back into Red Dead Redemption 2, but this game took a little bit of figuring out. It helps that it hurts that I don't really read. I skim the tutorials. I don't really read them. Papa One says, will we ever do Sleeping Dogs, Super Antonio? I don't think so, Papa One. I think we're just going to play with this game for a while and then upgrade it on PS5. Bricks and Bottles. I love Bricks and Bottles. It's an essential strategy for Ellie because she's small.
Hey, did you hear something?
Came from over there.
But I don't really know what we're doing right now. I can't even duck and cover, which is also important. And these aren't really one-shot kills. I mean, we got lucky. Also, one thing I figured out that I love, you have to fight soldiers later, and they have body armor, so it takes like a bunch of bullets to take them down if you do center of mass. But if you like kneecap them, Papa One, they go down a lot faster, and that counts. Counts as a hit, even though it's a kneecap or a foot or a shin. I know technically you're supposed to go for the head, but you know, Joel does what he can. Papa One says, I got a feeling Super Antonio is going to end up getting another dog and naming her Ellie. I was going to mention that, Papa One. I love Ellie enough that I like her character that, yeah, I would absolutely name a dog after her. I mean, you can't, and then, well, I don't want to talk about what they turn her into in the second game, but she's, I think, 14 in this game.
Whoa! Son of a...
Pow! Later on, we unlock a flamethrower. Very handy. Mom One says, did you ever play Days Gone? I heard it's similar to this. Apparently, you can free roam in Days Gone. I just heard that tonight. And no, I did not.
Found this for you.
Thank you.
So pretty much, you should reload
We should have brought more people.
while you're, when you don't need to,
Yeah, you're right.
because it's a pain to
The docks are this way.
reload in the middle of a firefight. Shivs.
Do this.
Shivs are super important. But they degrade, like Resident Evil. You only get a couple uses out of them. That's kind of annoying. That's one way to defeat the clicker. And see, we left resources there, and I didn't even care, because we were listening to Tess. And Tess is happy to wait there while we explore and pick up stuff that we need.
There's our boy.
Cloudy says, what do you mean how she turned out in part 2? I don't know, Cloudy. I just don't like where they took the character.
Wrap this up.
I like her in part 1, and I want to keep everyone in part 1.
Let's be smart about this. There's a lot.
I like living in the past.
Good for years, then what? Exit strategy.
Oh, fuck!
Ellie gets a knife that does not degrade. That comes in handy.
You're dead, asshole!
We have not played the DLC. Saving it. Or I'm saving it. Grab this brick. Mom once says, I've never played this game since you can't get it on Xbox. Oh, I did not know that you were a Xbox. Pow. See, bricks are single use, but they are one shot as a melee weapon. And you can only carry one at a time, and not one brick and one bottle. It's pretty much just one,
That office.
either or.
Robert must have run in there. Let's go.
Medkit. Mom once says, I'm excited for LA Noire. I'm on the final case, but I'm waiting to play along with you tomorrow. Oh, cool. That'll be exciting.
Just want to talk, Robert.
That's something to look forward to.
Put your gun down.
Go fuck yourself!
He's running.
Now we have to chase.
Robert!
Joel, this way. Come on, he ran in here.
And like all NPC chases, they'll kind of wait for you where you need to go. See, he waited. And if all else fails, we can just follow Tess. And I'm not sure why Joel keeps trying to throw that bottle. Mama once says, or Papa once says, I will admit I'm going to miss LA Noire because I absolutely adore and miss that time period. Makes me think back to my younger days in the 50s. I miss those days. Well, that makes sense, Papa. One, you're nostalgic about it.
Joel, this way.
Fine looking cars and fashion in that time period. We made it to the cutscene.
Oh, hello, Robert.
I believe Tess is going to cancel this guy because he screwed us over our weapons.
No hard feelings, right?
None at all.
Sold him to the fireflies. That's why we need to introduce him to the Tess. Kneecaps him.
We missed you.
That's how we get our introduction
Whatever it is
to the
you heard, it ain't
fireflies.
true, okay?
The fireflies have a
just wanna
job
say-
for us.
You want to tell us where the guns are?
Yeah, sure, but it's complicated. All right. Look, all right, just hear me out.
Papa
on
once
this.
says, I'm going
I
to
got
miss
some-
watching Cole issue police brutality to suspects. You won't miss his driving, I'm sure.
Stop!
Quit your squirming. You were saying?
I sold him.
Excuse me.
I didn't have much of a choice. I owed someone.
You owed us. I say you bet on the wrong horse.
I just need more time.
Actually,
Give me a
speaking
week.
of resources,
You know, I might have done that if you hadn't tried
like,
to fucking
you know,
kill me.
canned goods and
Who has our
shampoo and
guns?
stuff, if there's like, let's say 80% of the population has been zombified,
Just give me a
that
couple-
means all the resources from 20 years ago, there's more of them because there's less people consuming them. There's less humans. So, okay,
It's the
that might be
fireflies.
one of the reasons why there
I
are
owed the
still bullets are
fireflies.
still abundant, and
What?
there seems to be soap
Look,
and
they're basically all dead.
electricity.
We could just go in there, finish them off. We get the
Papa
guns.
once says, after riding with
say?
Mama One, Cole is a professional
Come
chauffeur.
on. Yeah, fuck those fireflies. Let's go get them.
Well, don't tell Mama One you said that.
That is a stupid idea.
Don't tell Abigail. 2 in the dome. She only had to do 1. Bullets
Well, now
are
what?
scarce. Not for
Go get our merchandise back.
How?
I
Not
don't
for
know.
Tess.
Explain it to them.
And there's one scene where Ellie has to
Let's-
cover us with a
go
bolt
find
action.
Firefly.
Good old Bolty.
Won't have to look very
And
far.
she seems to have infinite ammo.
Go.
Very convenient. Here's Marlene.
Why are you here? Business.
the leader of the Fireflies.
You're looking so hot.
She's very significant.
Where's Robert?
She will lead us to a certain young lady
I needed him
who is
alive.
going to capture
guns he
your
gave
heart
you, they weren't
and
his to
make
sell.
Mama One buy a PS4 or a PS5
Doesn't work like that, Tess. The hell it doesn't. I paid for those guns.
because
You want
oh
them
my
back?
God, is she
have to
charming and
earn 'em.
adorable, and also a hellion and a potty mouth,
How many cards are we talking about?
and pretty good with a
Damn
knife
ration
and
cards.
a rifle. She's a country girl.
Need something smuggled out of the city. You do that?
Mom One says the zombies have been around
Give me
20
your guns
years.
back.
I think
Then
they
some.
just keep infecting people. Mama One.
How do we know you got him?
And they can't get it
Well,
under
you
control
military
because
wiping you guys
there's no
out.
cure so far.
You're right about that.
Natural immunity is being built up
I'll show you
in
the
the
weapons.
children that are being born in this era.
I gotta move. What's it gonna be?
But they haven't figured that out yet.
I want to see those guns. Follow me. We gotta get out of here now.
Okay, more running.
You want the seal? We gotta move. Here. I know a way around this. Come on.
Got another fight coming. Little bit of climbing. Marlene is injured, but for the purposes of the plot, she's fine. Yeah, I really like, you know, you have to go up and over and around and
What's left of
down,
them? Why
and
do you think I'm turning to you guys? This way.
you can't. There's no straight lines in this game.
So why now?
We've been quiet. Been planning on leaving the city, but they need a scapegoat. They've been trying to rile us up.
It's like they
Mom wants
did.
to. So is Ellie
trying to
immune
take care of
naturally, or is it she infected but a carrier? I believe she is naturally immune. She has a bite, but it healed, and apparently you turn almost immediately after you get bitten. After you get bit. See these little cogs and things, nuts and bolts? Those are how you upgrade weapons. Like you need 20 cogs to reload faster or improve your ammo capacity.
Joel, give me a hand with this.
And that's the key to the game. Is grabbing as many of those things as you can. And also they're like health capsules which you use to improve Joel. And you can max out his crafting speed, his
Alright.
healing speed,
Soldiers.
his
That's
health.
the way out. The door under the bridge.
I ain't a big fan of these odds.
We can sneak by them, even though I know that's not your style.
And those are the attributes that roll over to your new
Let's get
game.
moving.
But we weren't systematic here. We were just kind of
We need to get to that door.
because I didn't have any strategies. You know, after finishing this game, I started reading about the strategies. Like there's one health item called weapon sway that I didn't upgrade at all, and that really helped with our aiming. Weapon sway. Get down, please. Okay, in theory, you can sneak by all these jokers.
Waits for no one, Private.
Joel didn't do that. Papa One says, if I remember correctly in Left 4 Dead, the 4 survivors are carriers. They are fully infected by the green flu and they show no symptoms. And how it works out is carriers will be the only survivors. That was basically the plot of The Walking Dead, is everyone's already infected. So if you die, you turn.
Hey, what was that?
See, that does nothing. Papa One said, did Ghost of Tsushima not work out for the channel? Is it a PlayStation exclusive? Any chance of you playing it again? I could give it a try. It did not work out well for the channel. I don't know if it would. We get bored with this game. Maybe. See, these guys are just swarming. Still trying to reload. Yeah, don't really have a strategy right now. We're just we're just trying to figure it out, but I can assure you we have figured it out. And we're having a lot more fun in our subsequent playthroughs. See that reload and you don't like take cover, and he just passed up some free ammo, but he got a headshot. I believe that's the last of them. Pop1 says, my son has become obsessed with the newest Assassin's Creed game. He was always a fan of those. His favorite was the one where you could fight British troops during the American Revolution. My favorite has always been Valhalla, where you can play the Viking.
Where are we going, Merlene?
I enjoyed that game. I used to play it on the second channel. That's another game I would consider playing on this channel. But I wanted to try something new because everything that we have so far, other than Red Dead Redemption 2, has not been great for the channel.
Attention. Curfew is now in full effect.
And I mean, we'll see how this one does. You know, we get a bump in likes and subscribes, subscriptions, and viewership, and replays. But regardless of how it does, it's my new favorite game. So this is what we're going to be playing on the weekends for the foreseeable future. It inspired me to buy a PS5, which I have not done, but I'm considering it.
Joel, give me a hand with this.
And here comes the cutscene for a new character that we are going to get to know quite well. And the first words out of her mouth are the F-bomb. She's quite handy with a knife.
She's not one of mine.
Pop1 says, Miko, I meant to tell you that we got a total of 21 horses in today, mostly Arabians and thoroughbreds. But we got a few Appaloosas that I know some customers would want. We also got a couple to be continued.
Well, then I'm staying.
Ellie.
Yeah. I love Ellie.
Shot at this.
She looks great in the sunlight.
We're smuggling her?
There's a crew of
And we
fireflies
have
that'll
to
meet
get
you
her
at the
to a
Capitol.
Firefly hospital so they
not
can
exactly close.
replicate a vaccine.
You hand her off, come back, the weapons are yours.
Spoiler alert,
Robert sold me.
it's
Speaking
going to
of
take
which, where
a
are
lot of effort to get her to
Back
the
in our
hospital. But right now, all
We're
we
not
have to do is get
smuggling
her
shit until I see them.
across town to hand her off to another
Follow
Firefly
me.
team.
You can verify the weapons.
Papa One continues, we also got a couple of Mustangs and
But she's
American
not
Standard
crossing
Breds. I'm considered keeping one of the Standard Breds
I want Joel to
for
watch over her.
myself.
Whoa, I don't think that's
I'm
the
not
Mika says,
Ellie.
yes, Papa One, I remember. A large hall.
How do you know them?
I was close with his brother Tommy. Said if I was ever in a jam, I could rely on him.
Was that before or after he left your little militia group?
See, Tommy
left
was
you
a
too.
Firefly,
He was a good man.
but he went off on his own.
I could just
The Fireflies
take
are
her
the
north
true
tunnel and wait
believers.
for me there.
The Resistance.
Just cargo.
Joel doesn't believe in anything. You'll notice he got a watch from Ellie for his birthday in the beginning cutscene, and he's still wearing that watch 20 years later.
And you?
And also, I wanted to
Stay
point
close.
out, I don't know
Let's
if we'll
go.
see it here, but the watch is broken, but he still wears it, of course, to remind him of his daughter. And but he jokes about it being broken in the first cutscene with Ellie. And that's a pretty good place to stop, my friends. I hope you enjoyed our new Last of Us Part 2 playthrough. I'll keep you guys going. I'll keep the chat going so you guys can hang out a little bit. Tomorrow night we finish LA Noire, and then we're just going to do Last of Us live streams back to back on Saturday and Sundays because I'm enjoying this game so much. Shout out to the mods, Papa1 and Mama1 and Miko Herptile. Happy Easter to you all. Yeah, technically tomorrow night's going to be an Easter stream. That being said, like and subscribe. It's great talking to you guys, as always. I hope you enjoy this game as much as I do, because it's my new favorite game, not counting Arthur, of course. Don't tell Abigail. See you soon, friends. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
I'll make sure to tell them that.
Attention. Citizens are required to carry electronic means at all times. Compliance with all city personnel is mandatory.
Look at that. Ration line hasn't opened yet. Must be running low again.
Go. Down on the ground. Okay, Jesus. Then get down. I didn't do anything wrong! Hands on your fucking head. Do it. All right, scan it. Go. Down on the ground. Okay, Jesus. Then get down. I didn't do anything wrong! Hands on your fucking head. Do it. All right, scan it.
Seems like more people are getting infected.
That just means more people are sneaking. Where's Mark at? They caught him trying to use fake rations. What'd they do?
I got us all new papers. They shouldn't give us any static up there. Just play it cool.
Drive on through.
day off. Visiting a friend.
All right, we'll run through.
Thanks.
Close it off! Firefly!
Come on, let's get out of here. Go, come on.
Civilian structures surrounding area immediately.
Looks like our coast is clear.
Attention. Checkpoint 5 is now closed until further notice. All civilian structures surrounding area.
So much for the easy route. Patch yourself up, all right? They're gonna close all the checkpoints. We're gonna have to go around the outside.
Outside the wall.
Or we could just let Robert go.
Cute.
Hey, Tess, you see that shit?
I was there. Hey, how's the east tunnel looking?
It's clear. I just used it. No patrols. And where are you off to?
Gonna pay Robert a visit?
You too?
Who else is looking for him?
Marlene. She's been asking around, trying to find him.
Marlene? What do the Fireflies need with Robert?
You think she'd tell me?
Well, what did you tell her?
The truth. I got no idea where he's hiding.
Good man. Hey, you stay out of trouble, all right? Military's gonna be out in force soon.
Yeah, see you around.
Marlene looking for Robert? What do you make of that?
I don't like it. We better find him before the Fireflies do.
This is us.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Shit's stirring up out there. How we looking over here?
It's been quiet. No signs of military or infected.
That's what I like to hear. Joel, give me a hand with this.
Y'all take it easy out there.
Oh, God, this place reeks. I need to watch what they throw away down here. Let there be light. Let's grab our gear.